Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Max Speed. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. My name is KR Stolfus. I hope you all are as excited as I am to bring you tonight's epic race here at Daytona. The RFC Hershy Design Series presents the Coca-Cola Firecracker 125. Gonna be a heck of a race tonight, but before we get to the racing, we gotta get to qualifying. And these guys, some of them have been running in qualifying single car laps. Some of these guys have been doing multiple pack racing laps. It's gonna be very interesting to see who's gonna do what here in qualifying. As always, I want to give everyone a big thank you for joining me here tonight. If you're in the YouTube's chat, make sure you say hello. Hopefully y'all can help keep me awake on this very big Daytona 2.5 mile track. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Walls Beard Co. Check out wallsbeardco.com if you are in need of beard balm. Colby's Eye Paints, facebook.com/Colby's Eye Paints, specializing in replica paints of real life cars. You can get your real car transferred over into iRacing. You just got to contact Colby's Eye Paints. The Ohio IndyCar League. It's an IndyCar league broadcasted right here on MaxSpeedTV. They're from Ohio. You don't have to be from the Ohio club to join them. So check them out. That's the Ohio IndyCar League. SimSpeedShop.com, doing button boxes and even custom button boxes. Check out SimSpeedShop.com. iBog.co, MaxSpeedTV's official supplier for graphical overlays. Check out iBog.co if you have a Twitch stream or are looking to get in to the broadcasting world as well. And the Hershy Design Company. It's your one-stop graphics shop. Check out the Hershy Design Company. That's Hershy. So here in the final 2 minutes 45 seconds of practice, already we're seeing several cars trying to work together right now. That's the 31 of Dick Greenaway and the 08 of Tom Quattlebaum. Coming into tonight's race, our point standings, Erik Teske is leading the points with 4 wins. He had a great finish last week. Was able to play the fuel strategy perfectly and pick up his 4th win of the season. Jerry West sitting in 2nd place with 3 wins. Sean Cool has 2 wins. Armando Ortiz, Doug Wysocki, Jeffrey Clifton, and Kyle Gilbert all with 1 win. All these guys are chase eligible. Dustin German and Jeff Applegren, they did pick up a win, but unfortunately have not met the minimum race requirements to make it into the chase. So even though they have a win, they will not be eligible contenders for the chase. You see, Armando Ortiz has picked up the most points lead with 431 points. And why we pay attention to that? Very important, because you can see AJ Rogers is 31 points behind, and he's in 10th place. So if he were to pick up even 1 win, that would put him right behind Armando Ortiz. That would score him as the number 5 seed on the season. So it's very important that these guys really try and keep as many points as possible, even though they may not have a win. It's kind of one of those do or die, never give up situations. '85 machine of Peyton Johnson with the final 30 seconds of practice. Looks like he is working in a draft pack here, pushing the 08 of Quattlebaum. Right behind them is the 2 and the 15. '99 making his way out on the track for a 6-second practice. So qualifying getting ready to happen here. And what is going to happen is it will be a single car qualifying. We'll see these guys come out on the track. And then we're going to have to switch sessions and move on over into a different lobby here. But you guys watching on the tubes of you won't have to go nowhere. I will have to do all the work. So make sure you guys don't panic. But after qualifying, we will go and step away, do a little commercial break, and then we'll get back into the racing action with our Firecracker 125 here at Daytona. KD Osmond in the 88, getting that machine up to speed. He's gonna ride around on the high side here, trying to burn off as much fuel as possible. Get those tires as warm as possible and then come around, take the green flag here for his first time lap. We'll see him run the high side the entire way around. Then when he gets the white flag to start his final qualifying lap, you'll see everyone come and take that white flag right along the bottom, and then everyone will stay right on that yellow line. And it's going to come down to who can hug that yellow line the quickest and the closest and be the smoothest. Jeffrey Clifton in the 15 machine. As we mentioned, he does have one race win this season. And Ricky Harden in the 21, he doesn't necessarily have a win so far in our regular season, but Ricky earned a new nickname. If you guys missed it, he won the All-Star race. So his new nickname is Ricky All-Star Harden. Make sure you give him a big old thumbs up, high five. He did a heck of a job in the All-Star race. Now he's looking to get a win here in the regular season and carry on into the championship playoff. Ricky All-Star. So time's starting to come in. The 04 of Will Colton. Well, as I say it, some more times are coming in, and now the 18 of Tommy Gossett is on pole. Peyton Johnson in the 85 machine, he's shutting it down. John Johnson in the 22 all the way up to second here. Terry the Nerd Reinert, heard he was an alien. Right now he is scored in 9th place. The 99 of Erik Teske, he's going to jump up into the top spot. Some very, very close times here. As you can see, 49.977, and then all the way down to 6th place with a 49.999. So some very, very close lap times here. Bobby Summers coming across the line. Harden spinning through the grass. Gerald West in the 86 looks like he's on his first lap. Down on the bottom he goes. We'll see where Gerald West, who comes in second in tonight's championship standings, across the line. And he is going to stay, you know what, inside the top 3. There he goes, posting a 3rd place time. AJ Rogers in the 17 machine. Final 15 seconds of qualifying. All right, that is going to do it for qualifying. Rogers going to stay in 9th place. Don't believe he's going to make it around to make another lap, and he is shutting it down. So we'll see if we can get a quick word in with Erik. Erik Teske, KR up in the broadcast booth. You got your ears on, bud?
I got you loud and clear.
Man, you qualify on pole here for the Firecracker 125 at Daytona. How does this make your race start? Are you planning to stay out front, or are you thinking about dropping to the back?
Well, I don't know. It's always scary to run in Daytona. I mean, like, if someone makes a mistake, it can go wrong really quickly. So I'm just going to see who's with me, and I will decide later on.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on getting a pole position. We look forward to seeing the race here coming up in just a little bit. Any words of advice for all the fans out there for you tonight? And by advice, I mean tell them not to go anywhere.
I'll just stay here, grab something to drink, and enjoy the action.
All right, that is wonderful advice. I appreciate it, Erik, and thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us as we get ready to go racing here in just a little bit.
Enjoy your night. Thank you, guys.
That is Erik Teske in the 99, your pole sitter for tonight's event. So, guys, we're going to switch this over, and then we will be right back after this.
The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
Just like a movie, just like a storybook, we are the future, we're the ones they won't overlook. It's time to be the hero. Rising like you've never seen, like you've never seen. You're a hero. Just like in a dream, just like in a dream.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are in the final 2 minutes and 30 seconds of warm-ups here for the Coca-Cola Firecracker 125. Thank you very much for being patient with me as we loaded up a whole nother lobby, waiting for a whole bunch of other cars to get in. So a bit of a longer commercial break than I would have liked to have had, but regardless, here we are getting ready for tonight's event. I want to remind everyone that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Walls Beard Co., Colby's Eye Paints, the Ohio IndyCar League, SimSpeedShop.com, iBog, and the Hershy Design Company. All of these sponsors can be found down below in the description. Make sure you check them out if they are able to fill one of your needs. While you're down there, make sure you give this broadcast a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to MaxSpeedTV. The drivers appreciate the thumbs up, and the broadcaster appreciates the subscriptions. Guys, let's have some fun tonight. We are getting ready to go racing. Ooh, we got a little bit of contact here. A couple cars into the wall pretty hard as they drive off into turn number 1. We're going to see how this plays out tonight. It'll be pretty interesting. I'm going to see quite a few cars out here. As my timing screen has just gotten a little wonky. Not sure why, but we got that fixed. Sorry for that. So final 20 some seconds here, and then we will go racing. Gonna be an interesting night as we will have 50 laps or 125 miles to settle tonight's race. The checkered flag is waving here for this event. And it looks like everyone going to be griding up. Don't forget, guys, as we look at our final top 10 right now and qualifying, I know it says practice, but Monday, July 16th at 8 p.m., the OP Racing Superspeedway Series will be doing their all-star race at the Monza Left Turning Oval. That race is the International Tour All-Star Race. Make sure you tune in right here at MaxSpeedTV for that. And then Tuesday, July 17th at 8 p.m. Central, the RFC Hershy Design Series presents the Alsco 150 at Kentucky Speedway. Make sure everyone joins in on that as well. Your Walls Beard Co. starting lineup brought to you by Walls Beard Co. and MaxSpeedTV. Erik Teske on pole with Tommy Gossett in the 23 on his outside. Row 2 will be Gerald West and John Johnson in the 22. Row 3 will be Sean Wilder, Bobby Summers. Row 4, Tyler Hilton and Adam Jocelyn. Row 5, AJ Rogers and Tom Quattlebaum. Row 6 will be Steve Baker and Sean Cool. Row 7, KD Osmond and Terry Reiner. Row 8, Chris Berg and Anthony Poston. Row 9, Greg Willis and Peyton Johnson. Row 10, Ricky Harden and Russell Brown. Daryl Ricketts and Dustin German. Doug Johnson and Kyle Gilbert. Chris Medford, Jeffrey Clifton in row 13. Row 14, Armando Ortiz and Will Colton. Row 15, Aaron Tolhurst and Doug Wysocki. Row 16 will be Dick Greenaway and Ray Radford. Ryan Whistle and Russell Hancock in row 17. Row 18, Mike Massengill and Rick Greenaway. And bringing up our last row is Nick Zotner. Field getting ready to go. Green flag racing. Pace car is off. Here we go. Green flag is flying as the RFC Hershey Design Series gets underway. Down into turn number 1, Erik Teske in the 99 machine out front with a good shove by the 86 of Jerry West. The 23, Tommy Gossett, first car in that outside line. He's got a little bit of help from the 22 of John Johnson. Down into turn 3 they go. Field getting up to full song now. Takes well into a full lap to get these cars up to full speed. They're not quite there yet. Field looking good as they work their way through 1 and 2. The first lap was led by Tommy Gossett in the 23 machine. Down this long back straightaway they go. Side by side still. These guys all looking for a little bit of room. The 22 on the back bumper of the 23. Now Jerry West pushing the 99 of Erik Teske. Looks like they're getting a little bit of separation from the 91 of Sean Wilder on that inside line. Wilder now looks like he's trying to close the gap. You got to be very careful about pushing into the corner, especially corner entry. Cars are very unstable at corner entry and corner exit, so you have to be very careful and push with intentionality. You cannot just push willy-nilly. Got to push with a purpose. Right now it looks like the 86 of Jerry West doing a good job of pushing here. So we go on board with Mr. West. See out front, the 23 and the 22 getting a good run. Now Jerry dropping below the yellow line. That is okay. Already 4 laps are completed. See that outside line and the inside line staying very, very even. Bobby Summers in the 35. He's the 3rd car in that outside line. Right here, looking at the intensity that Bobby Summers has. You see he's working that outside line. Being very smooth on the wheel. Sean Wilder driving by in that 91. Now door to door. Sean Cool in the 24 came into tonight 3rd in points. He has 2 race wins on the season. Here he is, 5th car on that inside line, started 12th. currently 11th. Really haven't seen anybody making a whole lot of moves. As we look at our race progress, just a few cars have made or lost a position, and not very many outside of the 15 of Jeffrey Clifton. Clifton has gained 6 spots here tonight, but we are only on lap 6, so the racing, everyone pretty much trying to ride around, log some laps for now. Everyone giving a lot of room. Down this long back straightaway once again. We'll see him heading right at you. The 88 KD Osbin started 13th, currently 16th. Has fallen back a little bit, but nothing really to worry about here. We are only on lap 8 of 50. So some great racing happening here. Drivers giving a lot of respect here in the early stages. Nobody's really trying to force an issue or force a situation. Mentioned earlier, Sean Wilder in the 91 machine. We go on aboard with Wilder. You can see just how much tilt goes into this car through the corners as we are on our gyro cam. Jerry West in the 86 has managed to get around Erik Teske for the first car on the bottom. So far, Tommy Gossett in the 23 machine has led to 4 laps. Jerry West has now led to 4 as well, as he was across the stripe. First one there. First one across the stripe there. Wow, let's get it all spitted out. Sean Wilder still taking us for a great ride. That was a great camera shot. So as we are already on lap 11, our race analysis for tonight. This is a 50 lap race on a 2.5 mile Daytona Superspeedway. It'll be 125 miles. Our tire window, this is the super smooth Daytona, the repaved Daytona, so our tires are not going to be very important. You could make them last all 50 laps. However, your fuel window is 21 to 24 laps, depending on how much draft you are using, how much you can lift, and if you want to try and short pit at any point in time. So we'll start seeing a green flag pit stops around a lap 20 to 25 even. If someone really wanted to push it, could be anywhere in between. If we see a caution, guys definitely will be coming down pit road. But it is important to remember, you know, if a fuel mileage race breaks out, I mean, we go the rest of the way. These guys are going to have to make one, maybe even 2 pit stops. So if it stayed green the whole way, it would be hard to say, because even if you made 1 pit stop the whole race, you'd still have to have some help to get there. It's going to require multiple people to be on that same page. Chris Berg in the 01 machine started 15th, currently 18th, is on that inside line right behind the 88 of KD Osmond. That inside line and the outside line been swapping the lead position between the front 2 cars lap after lap. Right now, Jerry West has been out front for 7 laps. The 23 of Tommy Gossett out front for 5 laps. So some very close and respectable racing here. A lot of give and take being given. Tom Quattlebaum in the 08 started 10th. Is currently running 11th. With the 31 of Anthony Poston right behind him. We go on aboard. We see Tom dive down to the bottom. The 52 of Tyler Hilton also going to hit the bottom. That's going to let the 31 of Anthony Poston really get a good run on this outside line. Sean Cool going to pull up here. Well, the 31 with a good run on the cars around him, going to gain a few spots here. And the 30 of Dick Greenaway slow down the backstretch here. Not sure what is happening. He is now 2 laps down. And the 47 of Ray Radford has hit pit road. So don't know if these guys have run into some trouble. Maybe have popped their engines here. That would be very unfortunate this early into the race, but something that can happen with this drafting. Very, very easy to do. Three wide right here with the 78, the 2 and the 17. Now we got multiple lanes trying to go 3 wide. That outside lane being led by the black and pink 24 of Sean Cool, with reinforcements by Terry the Nerd Reinert in the 2 and Peyton Johnson. And now Bobby Summers gonna jump up to that high side. He's gonna try and get that shove of momentum. Now Sean Cool into the wall. Sean Cool in trouble here. Sean Cool able to stay high, keep it out of the way. But he got into the wall running that high side. It looked like the car just pushed on him. Got really tight. Oh man, Bobby Summers in the 35. The 31 of Anthony Poston. Those guys running oh so close to each other through the corner. Still 3 wide. Sean Wilder now in the 91, feeling a little bit of the squeezes. There they go. But no caution. The 78 of Adam Joslin did a great bit of driving there. Saved that car. Sean Wilder in the 91 though. A little bit slower, but no yellow. We're going to go to our MaxSpeedTV replay. We go on aboard with Wilder. Wilder is going to tag the wall here, but he does not go through the pits. Very important there. Does get up on the track, catches his breath, gets rolling again. Very, very close moment as it looked like they tried to go 4 wide. So Wilder coming down pit road, he is going to be there for a little bit of time. Chris Medford has made a green flag pit stop. We have several cars coming down pit road now, as green flag pit stops are underway. That will put Terry Reinert in the 2 machine as your race leader until a little bit of confusion here in my scoring with everyone making pit stops. The 93 and Nick Zotter. He's headed for pit road, pitting from the lead with Terry Reinert right on his back bumper. The 01 also on pit road. And right now the 20 of Russell Brown is scored as the race leader. I think we'll find that's not entirely accurate. Chris Bergen, the 01, leaving pit road here. As the 20 of Russell Brown in trouble here. Looks like maybe he is out of fuel. And he is shutting it down. So now Chris Bergen, the 01, being scored as our leader. There goes the 52, some drafting help coming for the 01 of Chris Berg. Tyler Hilton now in the 52, scored as the leader with the 08 of Tom Quattlebaum right behind him. Getting close to the halfway mark here. The 52 out front, but KD Osmond trying to mount a charge on that outside line in the 88 machine. Got some help from the 23 of Tommy Gossett and the 85 of Peyton Johnson. Gossett has been very well committed to that high side all night long. Now we see the 88 in front of Tommy. good 12-car pack here in this lead group. We have been clean and green for all 24 completed laps. As we start our 25th lap, we're going 3 wide here as we got some lap cars, including Sean Wilder and the 72 machine of Ryan Wilson. Everyone able to squeeze through. Very intense moment for our leaders here, but they all made it. Big old blink on the 88 there, KD Osmond. That is not what you want to have here in a draft style track. Is the 30 gonna get really close? Dick Greenaway with a big moment on the front stretch. Greenaway getting into the outside wall there. Very, very intense moment as this lead pack tries to work through some single cars out there. It's kind of hard to say. Chris Mefford in the 46 as Chris Berg in the 01 gonna break off onto pit road. This has got to be an unscheduled pit stop, as he was already on and off pit road not too long ago. Could be planning to make his final fuel stop of the night.
The yellow flag is
and the
out.
caution flag is going to fly. So it looks like we got one car around. That is Rick Greenaway in the 69 machine. We go to our MaxSpeedTV replay to see what has happened, and this could play into Chris Berg's hands very nicely. We are watching Rick Greenaway in the 69. Cross the stripe. Jerry West in the 86 trying to give him some pushing help, and unfortunately that pushing help turns into the disasters. Bobby Summers going to get collected as well. Summers with a little bit of damage. We go on board with Summers. Very, very intense moment for him. He's able to work it out. Steve Baker in the 55 machine. His point of view. See how he reacts to this. All right, several cars on pit road, including John Johnson in the 22. Making the long haul down. The 23, Tommy Gossett, going to hit his pit stall. Very important not to overshoot your pit box. And Tyler Hilton will be the first one off pit road in that 52 machine. Chris Berg, however, was on pit road when the caution came out. Right now, he is scored in second place. And the 78 of Adam Jocelyn has not made a pit stop yet. He is currently scored as the race leader. So that 78 machine could be in a perfect position So while everything gets sorted, we're going to step away for a quick little break. We will be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 20 laps to go here in the RFC Hershey Design Series, presenting the Coca-Cola Firecracker 125. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me tonight. Hope everyone is enjoying themselves. Those in YouTube chat, now's the time to pick your race winner here. With 20 laps to go, quite the challenging pick, as this field has been shooken up from a green flag pit stop cycle and then a caution shortly thereafter. It'll be interesting and quite titillating. Oh, let's use a fancy word for exciting. Go ahead and insert one however you would like to say it. I don't have my thesaurus with me, so big words escape me. You have a small brain and a big mouth. All right, Chris Berg in the 0-1. He is on pole. He is getting ready for this pace car to peel off, and there it goes. At 0-1 of Chris Berg, lurching in the action here. He comes, trying to get a good run with some help from the 85 of Peyton Johnson, but Tyler Hilton in that 52 machine, he is all over that outside line. Down into turns one they go. Several cars deep, two wide, and then we got one way up high. down this long Daytona backstretch. Chris Berg in the 01, the 52 of Tyler Hilton. Those are your first two cars, one on the inside, one on the outside. Peyton Johnson in the 85, Tom Quattlebaum in the 08, supporting our front runners. Through the corner they come. Down the backstretch. Got to be very careful about how you hit people using that bump draft. Looks like Tyler Hilton has cleared Chris Berg. He's going to stay in the high side, and that's going to allow Chris Berg to get a run here through the middle of the corner. But watch that high line. Try and make a move down the front stretch here. Looks like they're going to generate some speed. And that lap lead did go to Chris Berg. Jerry West so far with the most laps led at 13 laps here tonight. You know what, guys? Haven't done it yet, so let's do it now. Let's go ahead and crank it up.
Flag it down.
And just like that, the yellow flag has come out. We're gonna go and see what happened here. We were in the middle of a crank it up session. Big time crash here, taking out several cars. Trouble starting with Tom Quattlebaum. Looks like the 22 getting involved. The rest of the field with nowhere to go. See this once again here. See a big shot from the 22 as Quattlebaum had to check up for something. Then cars scattering everywhere. Man, oh man, a lot of cars torn up in this one. Right now, your race leader is the 52, Tyler Hilton, across the line with 14 laps to go. A lot of cars on pit road here. The 88 of Katie Osmond now leaving pit road. Unfortunately, Osmond going to end up at least one lap down now. So several drivers have pushed their cars behind the wall. The 2 of Terry Reinhardt, the 04 of Will Colton, and the 98 of Aaron Tolhurst. All those guys are behind the wall right now. Tom Quattlebaum on pit road still in the 08. Looks like he might be there for a little bit. May end up going behind the wall, but he might try and get back out there. '28 machine of Gregory Willis. Started 17th, currently running 8th. He cycles around down below on that apron. Erik Teske in the 99 right behind him. Teske came into tonight as the championship leader with 4 race wins. But 13 laps to go. Has got some work cut out for him. And Tyler Hilton in the 52 machine is our race leader, with Chris Berg in the 01 right behind him. David Roach has picked Chris Berg to be the race winner. Brian Osmond picking KD Osmond for a win. Osmond still capable of a win, but has a big hill to climb. He is back on pit road, trying to get the final dings out of the bodywork of that machine, trying to make it as smooth as possible, as fast as possible. Sean Cool in the 24 machine, he is sitting 10th. Steve Baker in the 55, looking for a race win on the season. It would be his first one this season, and the field's starting to form up. 45 of Doug Wysocki already with a race win. Would like to reinforce that with another one. But out front, Tyler Hilton and Chris Berg, he'll make up row number 1 for this restart. Row number 2 will be Peyton Johnson and the 31 of Anthony Poston. Anthony doing a great job all night, kind of quietly working his way to the front. Here he is with 12 to go right now. Green flag will fly with 11 laps to go. He is sitting as the second car in that outside lane. Daryl Ricketts in that white 44 machine. He is having a quiet night as well, but in a position to make some noise. Here we go, folks. Pace car getting ready to peel off.
Green flag.
Green flag is flying. Tyler Hilton accelerating, trying to get through the gears cleanly. Chris Berg on his outside. Berg doesn't want to let him get too far away, but the 85 and the 31 have got to close up the gap here. and start pushing. We have 11 laps to go. Business is gonna pick up here. We saw in the early parts of the race a lot of give and take. Now, not so much. It's gonna be pretty much more take than give. As Peyton Johnson in the 85 looked down to the bottom, thinking about finding a way around Tyler Hilton in the 52, but tucking back in line here. Onto the front stretch with 10 to go. Tyler Hilton, Chris Berg, your lead cars in their respective lanes. The 52 of Hilton on the inside, the 01 of Berg on the outside. Both inside and outside lanes are very well organized, 3 cars back. That outside lane, maybe a little bit more separation, but they have a lot more help coming their way now. Now that inside line has got to keep up with the energy gain, and it looks like they're going to go 3 wide here with Sean Cool all by himself on the high side, trying to force the 28 of Willis, and Cool going to get into the wall again. Not working to Sean Cool's favor. He is dropping spots quickly, and with 9 laps to go, that is not what he needs to have here happen. But Tyler Hilton, just with about a full car ahead of Chris Berg coming out of the corner, but then Chris Berg motors right back up to his door, and now these guys are racing side by side. Down into turn number 1 they go. The 31 of Anthony very much so pushing that 01 of Chris Berg. Peyton Johnson in that black and teal 85 machine pushing the 52. At some point, Chris Berg may drop down, and he does right there as they go into turn 3, but the 46, Chris Mefford, all by himself now on the high side, had a run with nowhere to go, and now the door has been closed on him. He is all by himself in that 3rd lane. Now Ricky All-Star Harden in the 21 trying to find some room to run. Trying to find a way to the front. He's got help with the 15 of Jeffrey Clifton. Now it looks like they're going to push the 46 out. Ricky Harden in the 21 with a very bold move has pushed the 46 of Chris Medford out of position without making contact with him. And now Ricky Harden in that 21 is your 3rd car in the outside line. The 44 though of Daryl Ricketts, 2nd car in the outside line. And the 31 of Anthony Poston, now your 1st car in the outside line. They are going to split to the high side as the 32 is going to make contact. Poston getting into the wall, the 93 going around. No caution yet as everyone is spun down below the yellow line.
The yellow flag is out.
And there it is, caution flag is flying. The 32 of Russell Hancock with nowhere to go. The leaders tried to split him and put him in the middle, and that did not work out very well. We're going to go to our MaxSpeedTV replay. Russell Hancock in the 32. Here comes the field to try and split him. He's got nowhere to go. Bunches everyone up. They're going to go spinning through the grass here. Watch from high atop the blimp. I have no idea why it keeps picking different drivers every time I click that. Somebody needs to contact ATVO. So there we go. You can see how this all develops. Several cars getting bent out of shape, trying to make room. So out front though, your leader, the 01 of Chris Berg. Tyler Hilton in the 52 surviving that one. Looks like Hilton does have some damage on that 52 on the nose. You can see it's crumpled up here as we go on our roof cam. So Hilton with a little bit of damage, trying to see if Chris Berg has some damage as well. That 01 car looking very nice and straight. Peyton Johnson in the 85. His car's not looking too torn up either. We look out the back bumper of Tyler Hilton. See that 85 machine, the car looking nice and straight still. So the 46 of Chris Medford, heavy damage on that machine. He is scored in 4th place right now. You see the 8 of Doug Johnson. Looks like he's also got a little bit of damage to that rear bumper. And Sean Wilder in the 91, who we saw go for a ride not too long ago. Once again, he's got some extensive damage on that machine. So several cars torn up here throughout this field. And if you look at them close enough, so far, the only one I'm seeing that's got all the fenders straight on that thing is Chris Berg in that 01 machine. The lights have not yet gone out on the pace car, so we might see a green and a white flag at the same time. As KD Osmond checking in the YouTube chat. Osmond unable to continue on. That 88 machine will be scored 34th place tonight. So with 3 laps to go, Chris Berg is out front, looking to get the green and white flag at the same time. So we'll have a 1-lap shootout as the lights are still on the pace car with 3 to go. So if the lights go out this time around, we will have a 1-lap shootout. Several cars have been on and off pit road, but Chris Berg in the 01, he made his pit stop a while ago. Benefited from making that pit stop when he did, because the caution came out as soon as he was in his pit stall, and that allowed him to pass everybody when they came down pit road. So an excellent pit strategy here tonight has put Chris Berg in position to win. All he has to do is hold on for one lap, as the lights have gone out on the pace car. We are going to get a one-lap shootout here, guys. If you are not excited, if you are not as intense or as built up, whatever I'm trying to say, get ready, because this is going to be a heck of a race to the end. We're going to see a one-lap shootout. 0-1 of Chris Berg, the 85 of Peyton Johnson. The two cars without damage, they're going to line up on the inside line. Tyler Hilton with damage, and the 46 of Chris Mefford. Those are going to be your first two cars on the outside line. Going to be a heck of a start here. We'll see just how much that damage affects that outside line, as Sean Wilder and the 91 also lining up in the outside. He's the third car. But here we go, folks. Pace car peeling off. Chris Berg getting the green flag and getting a good start here. If the caution flag flies before we get back to the checkered, that will do the race. As Peyton Johnson in the 85, not interested in pushing Chris Berg. He's trying to make it pass himself. That outside line, though, sticking right to the door, but has fallen back to 52. Tyler Hilton now even with the 85 of Peyton Johnson. Chris Berg out front with help from Peyton Johnson. Down the backstretch they come. Final time, Berg with a block on Johnson. Now Johnson to the inside, not able to clear him. Chris Berg out front. Johnson with some contact. The 8 of Doug Johnson. He's got his hat in for the win here. Now Peyton's going to slide down to the bottom. Contact happening. Doug Johnson going around. Peyton Johnson with the nose across the start-finish line. Give the win to Peyton Johnson by 0.028 seconds. As they crashed and burned behind them, Peyton Johnson able to nose in front of Chris Berg. Your race winner being Peyton Johnson, getting it done. We're going to step away and set up our post-race show. Alright guys, thank you very much for joining us here on MaxSpeedTV for our post-race show, as Peyton Johnson gets a nose across the stripe before the 0-1 of Chris Berg. Johnson, you led one lap, and it was the most important one. Congratulations, man, on this race win.
Thanks. I don't know how I did it.
Well, you did it by crossing the line first.
Well, yeah, but it was luck. It was pure luck.
So pure luck gets it done for you here tonight. As I try and find a camera shot that shows your car. There we go. Man, you win the race here tonight at Daytona. Led one lap. That final caution, you and Chris Berg were able to survive it. What goes through your mind when you see the mayhem behind you guys?
I was just like, oh God, don't let somebody cut down and slam me. Honestly, I mean, there's a lap bar in front of us and that caused the whole deal, so sucks that people got wrecked, but
well, here you are winning the race tonight. Any sponsors, people you'd like to thank?
well, I guess I'd like to thank Racing for Cause. They put this whole deal up. I'd like to thank my mom. She's big into this, so, and she has ovarian cancer, so that's what I run for, basically. And yeah, I just thank everybody that's helped me. Kind of, yeah.
Well, Peyton, you get to etch your name into the winners, into the championship chase as a race winner. So congratulations to you, Peyton. And you know what? We might have to have a discussion about your race profile picture.
Okay, I hope we do.
As Peyton Johnson, your race winner here. Now we're going to move on to our second place finisher. That is Chris Berg, who finishes in second. Like I said, congratulations, Chris. Man, I thought you were going to pull off the win there for a second, but unfortunately, you got beat in the final closing feat. How was your race, in your opinion, out there?
Man, I can't be mad about that finish, though. Peyton, he laid back just perfectly. I blocked him the first time down the back stretch, and he had a good enough run down the front. I wasn't going to throw another block and wreck both of us. I wanted a clean finish, but it was actually pretty eventful for me. Under the green flag stops, I kind of hit the yellow line, so I got black flagged, and luckily I stayed out as long as I could, and I pitted to serve the black flag and topped off right as that second or third to last caution came out, so it actually cycled me back to the front and was able to stay up and lead a whole bunch of laps, just not quite that last one.
We saw you come down pit road. I had no idea you had a black flag. I thought maybe it was just some excellent pit strategy on your call, but however, it played into your hands very well and allowed you to be out front. So, Matt, your race goes from a black flag to, hey, look, I'm leading. What are the emotions that you feel in that situation?
Oh, it was heart pounding. I was in fuel conserve mode every single caution, fourth gear, clutching it as much as I could. I didn't know if I was going to make it. I mean, that second to last caution, I'm glad that came out because that actually made it where I was going to make it if it went green. So it was pretty heart pounding. But I mean, Peyton made one heck of a move right there, and I couldn't do anything else. I did everything I could.
Well, great job on finishing second. And even though you had a black flag, things worked out for you. So congratulations. Any sponsors and thanks you would like to give?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the WB3 team that I run with. Me, David Roach, Greg Willis, and then also Troy Radford runs with us in the USRL. And I got to give a big shout out to him. I was trying to win for him because he wasn't able to make it tonight and win for the team. But it was a close one. Good race, though, especially coming after last week.
All right, that is Chris Berg. Congratulations on second place. But now we're going to move on to Chris Medford, who finishes third out here tonight. Chris, your car's beat up. It's banged up. But here you are on the podium.
Yeah, I barely got around to pit road. It's pretty destroyed right now.
So tell us a little bit about your race and how the car was driving with all the damage it has on it.
At the beginning of the race, I was just trying to lay back and see if there's any big ones or anything, but nothing really cycled through. And we had that first green flag pit stop, and I don't know if my pit crew wanted a cheeseburger or not, but I got out of the pit road. I was 3 seconds ahead of everybody else, which I was like, man, I'm screwed. But the second, I think it was the second or third group that came out, I actually caught up with them, so it kind of helped me out a lot. Then Tyler and Tommy Q flew by, and we had a race up to there. But then we had, I think Tom blew his motor, and it kind of got everybody bunched up and got to my right side, and it hurt a little bit, but it hurt too bad. Um, then see the second to last caution, or the last caution, I'm sorry. Um, we had that big one up front, and I don't know, I got in front, the back of somebody, and it pretty much tore my nose off. And I told Tyler, I'm like, I'm gonna try to push you the whole way, but I think I had too much damage to push him.
Well, however it happened, here you are, third place, man. So congratulations on that. What a race. What do you feel going forward the rest of the season will be like, especially into this regular season? Will you be able to get a win and really solidify yourself into the championship chase?
Man, I tell you what, this field is so stacked from where it was a couple years, or well, a couple seasons ago to now. It's huge right now. You know, you got so many front runners. You know, with Erik, Troy, and everybody. You know, it's hard to beat them guys. But I mean, I think, you know, if I pull the right strategy and have a good car and don't burn stuff up, and Erik don't run his amazing fuel mileage race, I think I might have a chance.
All right, that's Chris Medford. Chris, before we let you go, anybody that you missed that you'd like to thank?
Yep, I'd like to wish America a happy birthday, and I know it's not Veterans Day, but you know, all the veterans fought for us, for our freedom, and you know, for, you know, America. So I want to thank all the veterans. I'd like to thank my dad for serving in the military. He's passed away. Just everybody, all the veterans. You know, they're the real heroes. I don't care if you're an NBA star, football star, it don't matter. You know, all the veterans are heroes. I'd like to thank everybody from Tier 4. Sucks Troy couldn't run. He's my drafting buddy. I tried to go high one time, just had nobody with me, so that one kind of sucked. I'd like to say hello to my brother and my nephew, and my girlfriend's at work. Thank you, KR, for, you know, hosting. I'm sure I'm watching it and be amazed with your broadcast. My sponsors, Sim Speed Shop, Medford Graphics, The Hub by AJ Rogers, and my cause, National Kidney Foundation. I run that for Troy. That's what, you know, Troy had, and you know, want to show some respect to him. But I think everybody racing for a cause, Chris and everybody as well. So I think that's gonna be it.
All right, man. Well, Chris Medford, congratulations. Third place finish. That car might be a wadded up soda can, but you found a way to finish in third. Congratulations, guys. That is about it for us here on MaxSpeedTV. Go through our results here real quick. Peyton Johnson with an outstanding finish, beating Chris Berg to the finish line by .028 seconds. Chris Medford finishing third. Sean Wilder gonna finish in fourth, and Doug Wysocki fifth. Sixth place going to Jerry West. Seventh will be Kyle Gilbert. Dustin German eighth. Ninth, Rick Greenaway. And Erik Teske will end up 10th. 11th place will be Tyler Hilton. Jeffrey Clifton will end up 12th. 13th, Steve Baker. 14th, AJ Rogers. 15th will be John Johnson. In 16th place will be Armando Ortiz. 17th, Ricky All-Star Harden. 18th will be Russell Brown. And Sean Rocket Fuel Cool will be 19th. Tommy Gossett rounding out your top 20. 21 will be Doug Johnson. 22nd will be Poston. 23rd will be Michael Massengill. Nick Zonter will be 24th. And 25th place goes to Ryan Wilson. Adam Joslin, 26th. 27th place going to Dick Greenaway. 28th, Ray Radford, Tom Quattlebaum in 29th, and 30th will be Greg Willis. Bobby Summers, Daryl Ricketts, Russell Hancock, KD Osbin, Terry Reinert will round out 32nd through 35th. And then 36th and 37th will be Will Colton, and Aaron Tolhurst will be in 37th with a did not start. So guys, thank you very much for joining me tonight. I hope everyone had a great night, an outstanding finish, one that will be talked about for days to come. Until next week, y'all have a good night, and I will see you then.